As you can see, this year's Honors Convocation is virtual again. And while this video ceremony can't fully replicate the energy and sense of community that's generated by a traditional gathering in the chapel, we hope this will nevertheless be a meaningful way to recognize Carleton students' remarkable academic achievements. Indeed, there's much to celebrate as we announce the awards you've won and salute your sharp ideas, your passion for varied disciplines and issues, and your growing expertise. But we're also honoring your willingness to approach academic challenges creatively and to persevere in your studies and your lives. You've demonstrated remarkable resilience in the face of the pandemic. Notwithstanding COVID, you plunged right into the deep end of the scholarly pool and swam brilliantly ahead. What we're truly celebrating today isn't stellar grades, prizes, fellowships, and the like that will adorn your resumes, but deeper talents, personal qualities, and habits of mind you've demonstrated and honed at Carleton that will prove much more enduring and important. We respect your untrammeled curiosity, your crisp and incisive writing, your freewheeling debates with peers and professors, your willingness to consider and craft new ideas, your brave art, your creative music, your bold research into unexplored intellectual domains, and your open-hearted and generous service to others. You've added immeasurably to the rigor and richness of our community. Indeed, you've stretched your capabilities and grown in exactly the ways we would have aspired for you when you first arrived at Carleton. These admirable aspects of your character are why college faculty and staff find it so fulfilling to teach and mentor you, whether in person or virtually. They see the maturity and focus you've brought to your studies and the kindness and support you've extended to fellow Carls as they learn along with you. You reflect the finest spirit of Carleton, and we know these attributes will continue to serve you well in your future studies and careers and as citizens of the broader world. Congratulations to you and to your families on this well-deserved recognition.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bev Nagel, Dean of the College, and it's my great pleasure to announce the election of students to National Honor Societies. Carleton has chapters of 3 National Honor Societies. Carleton students whose achievements exemplify the values of those societies may be elected to membership. Mortarboard was founded in 1918. It recognizes students who've combined distinguished scholarship, leadership, and service to their colleagues and to the community. It promotes service to colleges and universities and encourages lifelong contributions to the global community. Phi Beta Kappa is the oldest academic honor society in the United States, founded in 1776. It honors and promotes excellence in the liberal arts and sciences. The Carleton chapter, Beta Chapter of Minnesota, was established in 1913 and elects to membership those students who rank in the highest 15% of their graduating class. Sigma Xi was founded in 1886 to honor excellence in scientific investigation and encourage cooperation among researchers in all fields of science and engineering. It has chapters throughout the world. Election to the Carleton chapter of Sigma Xi indicates that a student has demonstrated strong evidence of research potential in a field of pure or applied science. The names of the students elected to these societies is in the program. Congratulations to all of you who've been elected. We're proud of you.
Thank you, Dean Nagel and President Posgenser, and thank you for your years of dedicated service to Carleton College. As we continue our celebration of honoring our students, in your program after the National Honor Society Awards, you will find a list of national and international awards and honors, and Carleton Awards, honors, and prizes. I will not read the descriptions as they are printed in their entirety in the program, but I will read each prize name and recipient name and highlight just a few. I always sort of say, if I mispronounce a name, please forgive me in advance. That was certainly not the intent. I will try my best to pronounce names as I read them. Let's think about national and international awards and honors. Will Bosch will study Azerbaijani, and McKenna Worth will study Russian through the highly competitive Critical Language Scholarship Program this summer, which will take place virtually. Delana Haleb, Miles Allen, Ishmael Maxwell, Noah Rosenfeld, and Michael Schultz all received Davis Projects for Peace Awards. Delana is creating a program to assist Eritrean refugees in developing career skills that can lift them out of poverty and improve their future prospects. The quartet of Miles, Ishmael, Noah, and Michael are creating a project to encourage U.S. students to research the history of political partnership and work to overcome it. Their work is certainly important in these polarized times. Joshua Angevine, Zoe Goldenberg Hart, and Sarah Greer have received Fulbright fellowships. Joshua, a former member of the Keep Stacking football team and a native of Jamaica, New York, will serve as an English teaching assistantship in Argentina and engage the community by creating a mentoring program on the model of Northfield's own Project Friendship. Zoe has received the Fulbright Combined Award for Austria, which will allow her to engage in community work with the refugee organization in Vienna, take university courses, and teach English to high school students. Sarah will serve as an English teaching assistant in Thailand with a community engagement project combining STEM education and sports for local girls. Jareen Yambing has been awarded the Barry Goldwater Scholarship in recognition of his potential for a career in scientific research. He is a geology major who will spend the summer working with Dan Maxbauer on his soils project and intends to pursue a PhD following graduation from Carleton. Ishmael Maxwell has also been awarded the Marshall Scholarship for graduate study in the UK. Ishmael plans to use the award to pursue 2 distinct master's programs in preparation for a career in peace and conflict transformation, with a special focus on sectarian divisions in South Asia. Natalie Salen and Emma Watson are recipients of the Minnesota Space Grant Consortium Award. Jack Heinzel, Ellen Mamontov, and Catherine Mateos are recipients of the National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship. Sage Ahmed has been awarded the Harry Truman Scholarship for graduate study in recognition of her commitment to public service. As a TRIO scholar, Sage plans a career fighting illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing using technological tools with the hope of improving prospects for coastal communities in Somalia and other affected populations worldwide. Let me shift to the Carleton Awards, honors, and prizes. The Carol Applebaum Prize in the Arts, Syl Kronig. The James Berglund Class of '61 Social Science Prize, Sarah Hussein. The Scott Tyler Bergner Prize. We have 3 recipients of that prize: Cindy Gua, Ishmael Maxwell, and Lena Stein. And Lena, if I remember correctly, was an inaugural student for the Civil Discourse class that Carleton held when she was a first-year student. 3 recipients of the Class of 1966 Diversity of Achievement Award: Luis Alvarez, Polycarp Bagareka, and Andrew Farias. Something to note about all three of those recipients of the 1966 Diversity of Achievement Award, they're all Posse scholars from Houston, Texas. Natalie Marsh is the recipient of the Class of 1885 prize. The Margaret Dalton Curran Prize, it's celebrating its 35th anniversary. This prize was established in 1986 by family and friends in honor of Margaret Dalton Curran, the class of 26. That would be 1926, who developed a lifelong interest in excellent writing while at Carleton. That recipient is Elwood Olson. The Dana Award for Personal Achievement, we have two recipients of that award, Sean Goodman and Spencer Leckie. We also have the Dimsdale Prize for Undergraduate Medical Research, Alec Jacobson. The Mike Ayers Award from the Minnesota Space Grant Consortium, Allie Keene and Katie Oda. Three recipients of the David John Field Prize, Rebecca McCartney, Luke Norquist, and Jalila Odobayo. The Lawrence McKinley Gould Prize in Natural Science, April Reisenfeld and Irene Stoutland, who happen to be the tutor for my kids in Spanish. Thank you, Irene. 4 recipients of the honors in independent study: Cedar Heffelfinger, Brooke McKelvey, Sophie Rogers, and Benjamin Whiteman. Katie Oda, who I've said before, and I'm happy to repeat that name again, is the Jefferson Natural Sciences Teaching Award recipient, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary. This award is given to current students who have demonstrated an interest in and capacity for teaching children or adults in natural sciences. This award is named in honor of Constance Jefferson Sansome, the class of '68, and her family, many of whom are or have been extraordinary teachers of the natural sciences. This year we celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Sigrid and Erling Larson Award in Creative and Performing Arts, which was established by Carleton Professor of English, Erling Larson, in memory of his daughter, Sigrid, the Carleton class of 1961. Sigrid died in a tragic car accident and was a promising writer and a new face in the newspaper business around Minnesota. Upon the death of Erling in 1976, the fund was renamed to honor the memory of both artists. And I'm pleased to announce that Bia Furtado is the recipient of this distinguished award. We have 4 recipients of the Haim Loss Award for Global Engagement: Babi de Mel Lemos, Aaron Foreman, Marco Jerkovich, and Ishmael Maxwell. The David Maitland Robert Will Prize, with 2 recipients of that award, Jansen Apple and Kenta Kino. We celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Mortarboard Prize, which was established by its members. It is awarded each year for the purpose of books to a member or members of the previous first-year class who are outstanding in fields of leadership, scholarship, and service. Ariane Aurora, Grace Basiclet, and Brianna Candelaria. Congratulations to those first-year students. The Daisy Moses Award is celebrating its 40th anniversary. This award is given to the person who most exemplified the characteristics of daisies. Daisy Moses, a longtime employee at Carleton, who was warm and kind and thoughtful and welcoming to all students. Bia Furtado is the recipient of the Daisy Moses Award. The Gene Smith Prize, Irene Stoutland, with 4 recipients of the Second Century Student Award: Andrew Farias, Alec Jacobson, Anna Shoemaker, and Christoph Zweifel. 15 years ago, the Harriet Sheridan Endowed Prize was established in honor of Harriet Sheridan, former acting president, dean, and professor of English. The purpose of this prize is to recognize qualities that are important in defining a Carleton education. In this instance, writing ability. Lucas Demetriadis and Lucy Griswold. The Stussy Sustainability Award at Carleton Sustainability is extremely, extremely important. Allie Brown Law is the recipient of the Sustainability Award. The Stimson Prize, Noah Rosenfeld, who is my convo buddy. Congratulations, Noah. The Samuel Strauss Prize for Humorous Writing, Octavia Washington. And the Technos International Prize, Eunice Valenzuela. Over the past 25 years, the Carleton Tony Award in the Arts has been presented to over 70 students who have embodied the spirit of Antoinette Tony Sostek's teachings through artistic expression. After a distinguished career in dance, including Broadway and national television, Tony joined her husband in the academic world and spent 25 years as a dance instructor at Carleton before her passing in 1996. Through the metaphor of dance, Tony taught many important lessons in life, especially that every moment in every class was a stage in the long, indeed never-ending learning process. As a teacher, Tony brought devotion to the classroom, and most importantly, shared her passion for dance with each and every one of her students. It is that combination of devotion and willingness to share one's art that best defines the Carleton Tony Award. And this year, we have 5 recipients of the Tony Award. Michael Albrecht, Isabel Anderson, Rosa-Laxa Delafave, Kinra Haag, Ayaka Moriyama. The Mary Weiss Endowed Prize are 2 recipients, Brittany Dominguez and Cora Gonzalez Lippum. I am now pleased to recognize our distinguished students who have received departmental and program awards, honors, and prizes. I do want to acknowledge one significant prize as a part of those program awards honors. The Williams Harris Prize in African American Studies. This prize was established on history professor Harry Williams' 50th birthday to honor his mother, Edith Moselle Harris Williams, his grandmother, Patsy Harris Tunson, and his great aunt, Ellen Harris Brooks. This prize recognizes their respect for the transformative power of education, the vast richness of their life experiences, and the strength of their character. This prize recognizes members of the senior class who have produced a distinguished integrative exercise on any aspect of the African American experience in the New World. That recipient is Will Gleason, and we use this as a moment to celebrate and honor Harry Williams' long and distinguished career from Carleton College on his retirement. And finally, it is my honor to recognize those students who have been awarded fellowship opportunities this year. Congratulations to Carleton students upon receiving these awards.